Ram Krishna Hari to all my friends. Haripot, song number 5. Yoga Yaga Vidhi Yene no He Siddhi Vayachi Ubadi Dambadharma Bhave Veena Deva Nakale Nisandeha Guru Veena Anubhava Kaisha Kale Tabe Veena Daivata Titalya Veena Prapta Gurje Veena Hita Kona Shange Jnanadeva Shange Drishtandanchi Mata Sadhuche Sankati Tarano Bahya Harimuke Mana Punyachi Ganana Konakari. This is the song. The first line, Yoga Yaga Vidhi Yene Nohe Siddhi Vayachi Obadi Damba Dharma. See, until now, Jnanadev is insisting the bhava, devotion. Jnanadev strongly believes that the devotion alone can uplift us. Of course, jnana can induce devotion, bhava, but only through bhava we can achieve the final state. Because even the jnana, the knowledge, can induce ego, but the bhava can never induce any ego. In the Haribhava, there is only destruction of ego. So therefore, the very aim of the spirituality is to destroy the ego, and that can be achieved simply by Haribhava. In this line, he says Yoga, Yaga, Vidhi. All these things are painful only. Actually, he himself has explained very well in the 6th chapter, wherein he elaborately described about this yoga. But here he is telling that it is a pain. What I am assuming here is, we can follow any path, but if you don't have a devotion, then that path is of pain only. See, there are many different paths has been given, like Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and this Ashtanga Yoga. See, all the yoga is little bit pain. See, even in Jnana Yoga, even though the researching is not so easy, analysis is not so easy. So we have to constantly think about the God, analyze about the God, and we should keep on find out the meaning of what Vedas said. It is all little painful only. Again, Ashtanga Yoga, it is needless to say that how pain it is, because we have to follow the 8 steps, Yama, Niyama, and all these 5 steps, Asana, Pranayama. So, and in next, Karma Yoga. See, in Karma Yoga, of course, he is doing as a service, and therefore he will be happy only. But here, total service, without expecting any result, one must do the service, How could that will come? You need a little bit of bhava towards others to serve others. Without bhava, you cannot serve others. Here in Haribhava, he is creating a love towards God, and he is explaining the God is everywhere. Therefore, when you have to serve God, means it is very easy for you, because you have a bhava for God, and therefore those who have a bhava towards God only can able to serve the God, whoever it may be. A servant should have a little bit of bhava towards the owner, only then he can serve better. If he doesn't have any devotion towards his owner, he will not perform well, and he will not also be happy also. And if once that servant is having too much of devotion towards his owner, he will do a lot of service as well as with more happy too. So therefore, even in Karma Yoga, you need to have a Haribhava. And in the analysis, of course, it will yield a Haribhava only. This Jnana Yoga will quite naturally going to yield this Haribhava only. But still, without bhava, if you try to do the analysis, it is highly painful only. But with bhava, the analysis naturally and automatically comes in, and therefore how easy it is. And as I said, that Ashtanga Yoga, it is needless to mention that how painful it is. So therefore, here Jnanadev says that yoga, yaga, vidhi, ene, nohe siddhi means which all are painful because there is no bhava in it. Okay, yoga, how painful it is has been explained. And now yaga. Yaga means sacrifice. See, it has been explained very elaborately in Vedas. If you do this kind of yaga, you will get these kind of things. So like this, if you want to go to heaven, then you have to do this kind of yaga. So naturally, the people will get locked in the result of their action and they will do the yaga. And therefore, that process is also going to be the painful only. Anything which you do without any bhava, then automatically that will be a highly painful only. And then, of course, vidhi. All the shastras says that one must do this thing, this at this time one must do these things. A lot of rules and regulations are there. Again, without bhava, if you try to follow the rules and regulations, it will be highly painful to you. See, assume there is a great devotion towards your nation and you have a great bhava towards India. Then, following the rules and regulations of the Indian government is easy to you and it will be happy also. And if you don't have any devotion towards the nation, but for the sake of loving, those should not disturb us because of us, therefore, in the road there are a lot of regulations that one must go in the left side only, one must see the green signal and red signal. So there are a lot of rules and regulations. But all those can be enjoyed only if you love the nation and if you love everyone in this world. Only then, okay, here I am following this rule because it is helping others. Because just to help others only, all these rules has been laid down. See, everywhere bhava is required. So here, I feel this yoga, yaga, vidhi is full of painful if you don't have any bhava in it. Therefore, this whole Haripart is insisting about the devotion and the great love feel towards God. And he also mentions that in the next line, Vayachi Ubadi Dhamma Dharma. As long as if you don't have any devotion and if you follow whatever the paths, that will all increase the ego. Even the Jnana Yoga, if has been slightly misunderstood, that will increase enormously the ego only. And Yaga, quite naturally, they will be locked in the heavenly enjoyments and they get locked there itself. And even if you follow the rules and regulations so strictly without any bhava, that also it will induce some kind of ego in you that, how I am, that I follow every rules and regulations. So you will feel some kind of proud of yourself. That is nothing but ego. So this yoga, yaga, vidhi, not only painful, that will increase your ego only. What is the result of all these things is going to be ego only. So this is what has been said. So what we have to understand here is this bhava, haribhava, this devotion towards God, love towards God is extremely important than anything else. That is why he strongly said that all are painful and waste and you unless and otherwise if you don't have a devotion. As Maharaj explained very clearly, I also totally agree with him that it is not totally useless, but if it has to be combined with bhakti and devotion, only then it will be highly helpful and useful. So that must be noted here. In the next line, Bhave Veena Deva Nakale Nisandeha Guru Veena Anubhava Kaisa Kale. In the next two stanzas, he particularly pressurizing us to know the importance of Guru to develop the love towards God. You see, the main intention of the Haripart is to develop the love towards God, Haribhava. But here you see, in this particular song, he strongly insisting to have the Guru for you. And the Guru can create a Haribhava towards you. I already told you that
understanding the God will automatically yield a Haribhava. Once if you are able to understand the huge love of God towards you, automatically that love comes to you. So this is what I mentioned in the previous Abhanga. But in this Abhanga, how to understand the God? How to know the love of God? God is in all forms. God is loving us in each and every second. I told you, like in the 5 basic elements like land, earth, water and air. So each and everything is helping us, but unfortunately we are unable to understand that we are totally surrounded by the love of God. So in such case, now our Jnanadev is insisting you can create the bhava only if you understand the God. But that is possible only if you surrender to Guru. So this is what it is coming. See, Guru is a man who is like us, is ultra powerful only. Even the God himself is coming in the form of Guru only. There is no doubt in that. But Guru shows a tremendous love towards us. When you are able to see the love of Guru, it will be easy for you to understand. But the love of God is difficult to understand. That's the only difference. See, God's love and Guru's love, of course, both are extremely huge love only. But Guru is in the form. But the God is in all forms and in all roles. So, understanding the mega power and love of God is little difficult. But understanding Guru's love is extremely easy. Therefore, one must surrender to Guru because he is loving you and it is known to you. It is very well understood by you. And therefore, if you surrender him, he will take care of you. He will do all welfare to you. He will make you realize who is God. He will create Haribhava towards you. And therefore, it is such an importance to find the Guru and surrender to him. See, Bhave Veena Deva Nakale Nishandeha. If you really wanted to understand anything in your life, first of all, you must have a love towards the person what he is telling. And in fact, in Bhagavad Gita also, there is a sloka which says that this Bhagavad Gita should not be spoken to the person, those who doesn't have love towards the God as well as towards the Gita or the person who is explaining about the Gita. So the primary requirement to listen to this Bhagavad Gita itself is love only, bhava only. If you don't have a love towards God, or if you don't have a love who is teaching to you, automatically what you will understand is totally not a right one. They may teach correctly, but you will understand wrongly because you don't have a bhava. So finally, it is that devotion, it is the love which is going to give you a right understanding. So therefore, but see, Guru is going to teach you the bhava. But that what he can teach, but if you wanted to understand rightly, already you should have a bhava. So therefore, Guru is more important. See, cultivating a bhava towards Guru is easy. Cultivating a bhava towards God is difficult. Therefore, you just find out a Guru and create a tremendous love towards him. And that is very easy because you are seeing him, how flexible he is, how powerful he is, how simplicity he is, how easily reachable for everyone he is, how fearless he is, how happy he is, how blissful he is. So all these things, it can be very easily understood by us. And if you are able to be nearby him, automatically you will be attracted by him. You will be creating a love towards him. So if you just go towards the Guru, and if you simply watch Guru, if you simply observe the Guru, automatically Guru Bhava can be easily cultivated. And once if you cultivate the Guru Bhava and surrender to him, automatically the Guru will take care of us. So he will teach you what is Hari and how to have the Hari Bhava and everything. That is what it has been said. Bhave Veena Deva Nakale Nisandeha. without any doubt, without any confusion. If you wanted to know the Hari, then Guru is a must. Without Guru, you cannot understand anything. With your own intellect, you cannot understand anything because there is a ego with you. But if you go to Guru and if you surrender your ego to Guru and if you cultivate a bhava towards your Guru, then whatever he said, it will be understood by you without any confusion. So therefore, it is that much importance to create a bhava towards Guru initially before you cultivate a bhava towards the Hari. And in the next line, Tape Veena Daivata Titalya Veena Prapta Gurje Veena Hita Kona Sange. See here, Tape Veena Daivata means you need to do a lot of penance to please the God. There are many gods. In Vedas it has been said that for a particular benefit you need to have a penance in particular manner to please him. So if you really wanted to please a particular God, you need to do a lot of penance. And next one is Titalya Veena Prapta, which means that if you really wanted to have a good things happen to you, then you must you must do a good karma. So without a good karma, you cannot have any good things in your life. So therefore, if you don't have any good karma, then you will not have good things. So Titalya Veena Prapta. Similarly, just two examples has been given here. Similarly, Gurje Veena Hita Kona Sange. Unless and otherwise, if you don't have a good karma, you cannot have a good things. Similarly, without doing any penance, you cannot please any God. Similarly, you cannot have the Hari without Guru. You cannot have the bhava towards Hari without Guru. So Guru is such an important. He is just insisting that Guru is very, very important, without which you cannot understand the Hari and you cannot create the bhava towards Hari. And unless and otherwise, if you don't create all these things, automatically, whatever the path you follow without this bhava, all are going to be painful. And moreover, it all going to yield a ego in you. So therefore, Guru is such an important, we must understand this here. And finally, Jnanadeva Sange Drishtandanchi Mata Sadhu Che Sankati Tarano Bhaya. Now here Sadhu Che Sankati means Guru, we can say Guru Che Sankati also. And finally, he is concluded by saying that, as Jnanadev, I am telling you, I am promising you, Drishtantanchi Mada. That means I am not telling blindly. With number of proofs I am telling you, only that Guru Che Sankati Taranobhaya. Only the Guru can help you finally. So the whole song, I feel that it is creating an importance of Guru in your life. Unless and otherwise, there is no Guru for you. It is impossible to create a Haribhava. So ultimately, we need to create a Haribhava. But that can be created only with the help of Guru. Therefore, well before, you please try to create a Bhava towards a Guru. Try to understand the Guru. Just observe the Guru. Then automatically everything will come towards you. Let us salute our Guru Jnanadev for giving this such an important knowledge. And we will always totally surrender to our Guru, because he is every second and every moment he is taking care of us. Whether he is in a form or not form, he is always with us. And we have to constantly remember him with full of devotion. Thank you for all.